If you want to be able to attract people, to charm people, to influence those around you, you want to be charismatic. Charismatic people inspire change. They inspire action. And charismatic people inspire devotion in others. So there's a myth out there that charismatic people are born with charisma, but that's not at all the case. Charisma can be developed. And in this video, I will give you the live method for becoming more charismatic. Live is an acronym for the 4 steps to become instantly more charismatic. L stands for less talking, more listening. You see, if you want to be charismatic, you have to become curious about others. You have to talk less and listen more. It isn't just about listening for the sake of listening. You have to actively talk less and seek out information from others. You have to become curious about them. And you have to think about interesting questions you can ask them so that you can understand their story, so you can learn more about them. Think about how you can get them to tell you their story. Ask really interesting questions, something like, what do you love doing outside of your work? Or what was the best thing that happened to you last year? Or who's the most interesting person you've ever met? You see, when you ask questions like that, the other person has to now talk about themselves. And when you can get people to talk about themselves, they will actually like you more. I stands for importance. Make the other person feel important. In the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie talks about the idea that you have to make the other person feel as if they are the most important person in the room. And don't be insincere about it. Don't try to flatter them. Make them feel important genuinely. William James, the great philosopher, he said the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. So it isn't just a wish or a desire or a longing. It is the deepest craving that we all have. We want to feel appreciated. We want to feel important. So you have to make others feel important. You have to make others feel better about themselves. So as you can see, charisma is not really about being loud or being the center of attention. It's not at all about you. It's about them. It is all about bringing out the best in others, making them feel important. V stands for vulnerability, and this is one of the most powerful pillars of charisma. We don't like people who come across as perfect. We do not like people who don't have any imperfections. If you want people to really love you, you have to be vulnerable. In the book Click, Ori Braffman talks about the story of Bill Clinton and how he rose to power in 1992. In June of 1992, Bill Clinton was 3rd place in polls for the November 1992 elections. He was almost irrelevant. His favorability numbers were in the 33% range. And that is when Clinton embarked on a talk show spree where he started talking about his past, about all his challenges, about all his vulnerabilities, about all his imperfections. He started talking about his alcoholic stepfather, about growing up with a single parent, about his difficult childhood, about his brother who had drug addictions. And he started talking about all the different challenges he had to go through in life. And as a result of that campaign, by the end of June, his favorability rating was up to 77%, and he was at the top of the polls. You see, what happened here was people started to associate with him. People were able to now embrace him as a complete human being. He embraced his own imperfections, and that allowed people to actually like him a lot more. That allowed people to actually want to be with him in some ways. That allowed people to relate to him, and that is something we all need to do if we want to become more charismatic in our lives. E stands for eye contact. Eye contact is extremely powerful because it establishes a deep relationship with the other person. In research studies of job interviews, they've seen it again and again that candidates who hold eye contact are much more likely to be hired. Eye contact is a powerful trust indicator. When we make eye contact with others, we appear more confident. Now, the simplest thing you can do in order to create a habit of making eye contact is to notice the color of someone's eye and repeat it in your mind as soon as you notice it. You see, that will force you to make just enough eye contact with the person. So there you have it, the live method for becoming more charismatic. L stands for less talking, more listening. I stands for making others feel important. V stands for being vulnerable. And E stands for making eye contact. So if you enjoyed learning about how to become more charismatic in life, you will definitely enjoy the social skills course where I have summarized over 30 of the greatest books ever written on building social skills. The course has over 200 plus tips, tools, ideas, and strategies on becoming more charismatic, making friends, overcoming social anxiety, overcoming shyness, developing communication skills, handling difficult conversations, resolving conflicts, building people skills, becoming more likable, and a lot of other great people and social skills. I have compressed the knowledge from these 30 great books into 10 hours of video content. Now, reading these books could take you a few years, but with my summaries, you can absorb all that knowledge in 10 hours. You can get the course at 2000books.com/social, and the link is also in the description below. The course is currently open for enrollment, but I'm not sure how long it will be open for enrollment, so make sure to grab it before it is gone. By the way, I want to remind you that I offer a 180-day, 100% money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to worry about. If you don't like the course for any reason, just let us know and we will refund your money. Now, if you would like to dramatically improve your social skills, just head on over to 2000books.com/social. The link is also in the description below.